Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene has received a warning. Don't mess with Mike Johnson.
Oh, no!
According to Sarah Posner, author of Unholy White Evangelicals Worship at the Altar of Donald Trump, there is a rising tide of resentment within evangelical circles that are concerned that Marjorie Greene is being too tough on MAGA Mike Johnson. They're not happy about it, which would not be good for Marjorie Greene if this is true, since she has made evangelical Christianity a central part of her political identity, despite the fact that she's not exactly the, let's say, model Christian. Okay. Now, the issue here is that unlike Mike Johnson, Marjorie Greene really doesn't have any ties to the evangelical community. Okay. So this is not something that she has been fostering for many years, like Mike Johnson has. Now, that said, to be fair, Donald Trump doesn't have any ties to evangelicals either, but they love him. So, look, maybe it's because Greene isn't as high profile as Donald Trump or well liked by as Trump in that community. Could be the fact that she's a woman, and of course, you're going to have evangelicals that are going to judge her much more harshly than a male counterpart. So, maybe some sexism is at play as well, and she gets held to more, to different standards, which would explain, again, why they like Trump, but might not be as accepting of Marjorie Greene. At least having her come up against another high-profile evangelical Christian like MAGA Mike Johnson. So that said, Posner claims that Marjorie Greene is going to have a battle on her hands if she attempts to out-Jesus the House Speaker. According to Posner, now would be a good time for Greene and her allies to, quote-unquote, tread carefully, lest they, earn the ire of the evangelical community, which is very ardently in support of the far right, of Christian nationalists like Marjorie Greene, Donald Trump, etc. So now Johnson is at the moment resisting the far right by pushing ahead with plans for a House vote on foreign aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. So now evangelicals, I don't think they really care about sending weapons to Ukraine, money to Ukraine. I don't think they care too much about, things like sending money to Taiwan. And in fact, I would think that they would be massively in favor of sending money and weapons to Israel. Okay, so I don't think they're too concerned with this stuff. I think they're more concerned with, hey, stop trashing Mike Johnson, stop threatening to remove him for doing his job. Now, there are 4 bills, and Mike Johnson just announced a 5th bill to provide further funding for security measures at the southern border with Mexico. That is something that Marjorie Greene wants, but she does not want to send money to Ukraine specifically. So now, when asked by reporters why he was willing to potentially lose his job by moving forward with this foreign aid plan in the Capitol on Wednesday evening, Johnson responded by saying this, quote, "My philosophy is you do the right thing and you let the chips fall where they may. If I operated out of fear of the motion to vacate, I would never be able to do my job." So that right there, them's fighting words, all right? Middle finger to Marjorie Greene, who keeps threatening to do a motion to vacate. She now has 2 other allies that have signed on to, present that motion to vacate. That said, Johnson's got friends too. Johnson ain't alone, all right? Johnson and his Christian allies are actually taking the fight to Greene and enlisting their supporters to put pressure on her to, back off. Just back the F off. In fact, Johnson in recent comments pushed back at her without mentioning her name, saying, quote, "I try to follow all the biblical admonitions as I do every day. One of them says, you bless those who persecute you. I'm getting a lot of practice in that right now. And that is, a soft word turns away wrath." More specifically, he went on another evangelical show hosted by Tony Perkins, right? He and Johnson went after Greene and her friends more directly after Perkins brought up Greene's motion to vacate and her threats to shut down the government. They concluded that her efforts would only come back to bite them in November, saying that, quote, this is a dangerous gambit. We've got to keep the train in the tracks, and this is not a helpful thing. Perkins also interviewed another Georgia Republican, Rich McCormick, who got a little bit more explicit, right? Essentially calling Greene stupid, and maybe explicit's like the wrong word to use, but certainly more direct. He said that her motion to vacate has, quote unquote, no thought process behind it. Oops. Look, basically calling her an idiot, okay?
Stupid.
No thought process behind what you're doing, which means you didn't think of anything, you didn't think at all, you're a dummy. So there's more. He also added that Johnson was, quote unquote, chosen by God. Once again, I think all this is kind of hilarious and sad. Look, I don't believe in God. I don't care if you do, that's fine. But even if I did, the idea that God is choosing these politicians is ridiculous. It's also anti-democratic. I mean, why have elections at all if God already preordains everything? Who's going to win, who isn't? And by the way, that would also mean that Joe Biden is president because of God. There's a lot of incongruencies in this argument, in this line of reasoning, okay? But there's more. Penny Nance, president of Concerned Women for America, another right-wing group, wrote an op-ed saying, every day, her attacks, meaning Greene, get more shrill and conspiratorial. No kidding. Are we talking about the
Jewish space lasers?
Perhaps. But no, when it comes to Johnson, said that she has questioned Johnson's faith, claimed that he surrendered to Democrats, and even suggested that he is being blackmailed. Can such dissenters ever be satisfied? Or are they more interested in the 15 minutes of fame that comes along with bashing their leader? Oof. Oh, but there's more. Fox News earlier this week posted an op-ed from Liz Peek. Again, another far-right conservative, okay, titled, Marjorie Taylor Greene is an idiot. She is trying to wreck the GOP. Oh, I love it. Okay, here's a quote from that. It's high time someone in the Republican Party told Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene to turn all that bombastic, self-serving showmanship and drama queen energy on the Democrats and stop trying to defeat her own party. I love it. Once again, here we are, Marjorie Greene pissing off conservatives and evangelicals. Now, the best thing about this, though, is that she's not going to stop. She ain't going to stop on her own. That means if she is going to end up stopping, it's because someone else stepped in to stop her. Which means let them fight. Let them fight.